Veterans re-entering civilian life face many challenges, including finding a job. Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Welcome to this edition of Military Makeover Operation Career. Today, we have 3 inspirational stories of former servicemen and women who have reinvented themselves and are thriving at companies who value their unique skills. Ward Transport and Logistics is a veteran-owned company who prioritizes hiring hard-working, honest former military. It's one of the reasons why they have such a long history in the transportation and delivery industry.
We are almost 92 years old. The company was started in 1931 by my great-grandfather, William Ward. He started out with a loan to buy his first truck, and all these years later, we're now close to a fleet of 700 trucks, 22 locations across the Northeast, Mid-Atlantic, and Midwest. We put an emphasis on hiring veterans because being a veteran myself, I understand the work ethic, the loyalty, the dedication that comes with being a veteran. Additionally, I think veterans provide a unique perspective in business.
The branch that I served in, I was in the Ohio Army National Guard. I was a radio repair specialist. So we did things along repairing radios. We installed the radio comms inside of all of the trucks that we used. I was a big part of our junior leadership and training new soldiers, getting them integrated into the unit, getting them familiarized with everybody, kind of trying to be a role model for any questions, anything that, they needed. Doing the National Guard, I did 1 week in a month, 2 weeks out of the year. I did that for 6 years. I actually started at Ward my last year in the military. So I did have some time with Ward where I would go in uniform, work for a couple hours, and then have to leave to go do my military obligations. I chose Ward Trucking. My dad was actually a line haul driver with Ward Trucking for 20 years. He started there in '95. So I grew up with Ward. I grew up with the terminal manager and coming out here doing fun functions with the Ward family, so it was meant to be.
I enlisted in the United States Marine Corps active duty in 2007 as an infantry rifleman and did a deployment to Iraq in 2008 and Afghanistan in 2010. Dealt with playing point man on foot patrols and also dealing with communications and being a radio operator for the platoon commander and also helping out with the company radio operators. I started working in a warehouse as a selector and did that for about 4 years, and I discovered I could use my GI Bill at one of the local business schools to get my actual CDL paid for without any out-of-pocket expense for myself. I worked for another trucking company for about 5 years after I left the warehouse position, and my brother-in-law had worked for Ward for 10 years and had just left to pursue a law enforcement career. So he mentioned I should look at coming over to Ward because that still had the family ties to the leadership in the company.
Ward is a very big supporter of veterans. We have our Freedom trucks, which is phenomenal. We do have a lot of veterans that work for the company. Having a higher up that is a veteran definitely helps. He understands where we come from, the veteran mentality. A lot of the military mentality is a huge help for the company as well, with teaching different things you wouldn't learn. Working at Ward has been life-changing. Of all the different things that I've gotten to do that I never would have been able to do anywhere else. The people that I've gotten to meet, the things that I've gotten to do, it's a great opportunity, and there's so much room for advancement and room for so much more.
As a pickup and delivery driver, I'm home every night. I start anywhere from 6 to 9 in the morning, depending on what route I have, and get back anytime between 4 and 7 at night, depending on how much there is to do.
The reason why I think Ward Transport and Logistics is a good landing place for veterans and a good place for veterans is that we have a lot of veterans in all aspects of our business. From dock workers to drivers to leadership to marketing, we have a ton of veterans that work here. And we all kind of speak the same language, we understand the culture, we understand our mutual background, and that's very much celebrated here.